Welcome back, folks. 7 for 7. We are back live again. My name is Keenan.
I'm Landon.
Today we got a special topic for you. What are we talking about today, Landon?
We're talking about simplicity. One of the more underrated things, Keenan, that people seem to pass away to the side and ends up costing them in the long run.
You guys make things so complicated. Why are you complicating your life? Like, why is everything so complicated? It shouldn't be. It's just simple. It's really simple. Why do people complicate things?
I don't know, Keenan, but one of the greatest examples, Mr. Warren Buffett, still living in the same house that he's been in for years and years and years, still driving around in the same old car, the same old pickup, whatever it is, I don't know. But you know, you look at the living example and you look at what he's been able to achieve by living simply, and it's quite amazing, you know. So let's take a jump back in history. Let's jump from Warren Buffett to Albert Einstein. One of my favorite quotes, Keenan: if you can't explain something simply, you don't know it well enough.
That is true. That is true. I think that, you know, we like to complicate things just so it gives us an excuse as to why we can't do a certain thing.
Yes.
We like to take something and just blow it out to be this really hard thing to do, so we make ourselves feel better for not actually doing it.
Or we want to make ourselves sound smarter, even.
Yeah.
You know? And you try to make things so difficult. And for instance, I recall, you know, back in school, I'm a degreed meteorologist. And whenever we're going through all that, you know, you want to use all the big fancy terminology. Make it all complex, right? There's going to be some dry adiabatic lapse rates out there. We got a tropopause fold.
Nobody understands that
Nobody
shit.
has any idea what you're talking about.
Nobody.
But, you know, we're taught. We learn the complex things and we learn how to interpret it on a very simple level to do what, Keenan? To serve those who we were meant to serve. That's where it all comes into play at.
You can't lead if you're complicating things. Like when you're sitting down with somebody and they look up to you or they admire you and they want to learn from you, they can't learn whenever you preach from a mindset that, you know, that you're up there, that you're way out of reach, and they can't relate. You got to simplify things by sharing your experiences, letting people know that we're all human at the end of the day. Me and Lander are human. You all are human. We all have experiences that we all went through.
Yeah.
And it's important that we share those things.
Yep.
That's what makes us connected at the end of the day. That's how we're able to drive people, motivate people, is because we relate our experiences. We let you know that we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, and that's all part of the game. And you know what adds on to that, Keenan? What complexity adds to our lives, folks? It's stress. We don't want stress.
You don't need that stress.
We don't want stress.
No.
You don't want that stress in your life. You want more free time. And you talk about living simply. You talk about the simple things that we talk about doing. Write down your goals. Write down things that you want to achieve, both short-term and long-term. But again, have a plan, have a path.
Exactly.
But make it easy.
Yeah, don't
Make it simple.
There's no reason to go the extra mile if you don't have to.
Exactly.
What's the point? You know, why drag yourself or make more work for yourself when you don't have to?
Yes.
You just cause unnecessary stress, like Lana just said here. You make things so hard on yourself when they don't need to be that way. It don't need to be that way. It's literally, you know, and it's funny because whenever I get, you know, my mom goes to the grocery store, you know, she'll like to create a list of all these things she needs, right?
Yeah.
And when she gets to the grocery store, it like ends up complicating it. It just takes way longer. Us, you know, like for me, what I do is I go to the grocery store. I just like, okay, I need this, and we go in and out, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you don't need to be wasting your time away, you know, planning things out, because things won't go necessarily as planned. Everyone likes to think that everything's gonna go as planned. It'll never go planned. Life has this interesting way of throwing stuff at you when you least expect it.
Yeah, but here's the important thing. You know, you talk about simplicity, and we all need a vision. We all need a mission that we're after. Your vision is going to change whenever you go along that path, but it's just the most important thing is keep a vision. It's going to mold and it's going to change as you're going through this thing called life. Because as you just said, Keenan, we get thrown different experiences, but whenever we come polished around the edges, we can see that it comes from the center portion, dude, of doing things simply, living life simply. You know, everything doesn't have to be extravagant. Everything in life comes free. Am I right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
The best things in life.
The best things in life are free. Like, the fact that we get to wake up, man, we talked about this not too long ago. It's like, the fact that we get to wake up and breathe fresh air.
Yeah.
Like, being grateful for that, you know? Like, there's no reason like we got to be driving Bugattis and Lamborghinis. Like,
Exactly.
a car is a car, you know. If it can get you from point A to point B, then what else do you need?
Yeah, and hey, what a better example than what we have rigged up right here.
Exactly.
You know, I had people asking me, Keenan, be like, I'm listening in. I really like some of the things that I'm hearing here. Like, how much high dollar production equipment do you have? We're sitting in a room, folks. It's like an office with a whiteboard behind us. We've got 2 microphones and a camera and a laptop.
There's no reason to make this complicated.
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
And a lot of times, we like to make things complex because it's a real good excuse to not get started on what we want to get started on.
And not do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you will, the more that you complicate things, the further it will drive you away from your starting point.
Yes.
Like, you keep creating all these excuses in your head why this will not work out, or you don't have what you need to necessarily start. Everyone's like, oh, I gotta have like a high quality camera to start a YouTube channel, or I gotta have a studio to do a podcast, or I gotta have my own production engineers to be a musician.
Yeah.
You'll never start.
Yeah.
You will never start because you think like that. Yeah. Because you think that you need all these things to do that, but that's just an excuse for you not to do it. And you'll never do it that way. You just gotta start. You just got to start. That's it.
Don't let it be a distraction. Don't let it be a distraction. That's our timer that's going off, just letting us know we're rolling up here on the 7 minutes. It's an honor and it's a blessing to be here with you all, to bring you back 7 more minutes for 7 more days. Check back next time. We got another subject coming up for you everybody's going to love.
7 for 7, baby. See you guys next time.